welcome back to the channel everyone. North47 here on PGA Tour 2K21, and today doing a video that I've been meaning to do for about the last nearly 3 months actually. It was a while ago. I can't remember who it was that asked me, but somebody asked me what I do I do any sort of warm-up drills, and now I have done a video about the private sort of little practice facility that I have that I just did in the course designer. But like what I'll do, like when I'm jumping on just to play a few rounds in a society, or even just a casual round, or if I'm recording, like what I'd be doing now if I was going to be doing a round. So I say I've been meaning to do this for a while. Now before we do get into things, like I mean, this is in no way, it's not a guarantee. It's in no way a certainty that you're going to have the round of your life. But it's more so just to get the thumb, or whatever grip style you use for taking a swing, just to get that warmed up. So what we're going to do is we are going to jump on into the training facility and we'll pick things up from there. Okay, so here we are on the driving range, and what I do is unless I'm really feeling off with the swing, I won't do anything apart from the driver. The only reason why I will stick with the driver is if I get my shot feedback up, is obviously, as you can see, going through the clubs, the driver, if you watch the shot feedback, the driver has the smallest margin for error. So that's the reason as well why, if you're ever doing a swing calibration, that's why, if anybody's wondering why you don't do any other clubs, that's why you only do it on the driver, obviously, is because it has the smallest window for the perfect zone. But unless I'm really feeling off, I won't do anything other than the driver. Now, what I mentioned in the previous video where I was showing the little practice facility that I have that I mentioned a moment ago, the way that I do this is, it doesn't matter how long it takes. It could take 2 minutes, it could take half an hour. I will not leave the driving range until I've got 3 perfect downswings in a row. As the song by De La Soul from years ago. I can't remember if anybody else ever did it, but 3 is the magic number. So what we'll do, we'll take 3 quick swings and we'll see what happens. So here comes the first one. Alright, red fast there. So that's literally, this is literally right now my very first swing of the day. So straight away now we're back to square one. Alright, there we go. Now I'm not ever overly pushed with swing line unless it's really bad when I'm in here. But that's one, so let's see if we can get a second one. Alright, so now we're back to square one again. We'll take another 3, and even if I don't get 3 perfects, we'll just I won't drag this one on for too long. Alright, a little bit of a fast right. Come on, let's see if we can get at least 2 perfects in a row. As I say, sometimes this can take literally just 2 minutes. You can get it bang first 3 shots. There we go. Right, there's one perfect. Let's see if I can get that tempo going again. Alright, that's 2, just about. Again, not worried about the swing line because I can adjust that, little micro adjustments with my thumb. And we got 3 perfect. So if I was to be actually going and play a round now after here, or play an event in a society, I'm actually happy enough with that. But as I say, if I was to have gotten 2 perfects and then gotten a slow or gotten a fast, scratch it, back to the start. The next perfect is number 1. So what else I do then? We'll jump on over to the putting green. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so here we are on the putting green now. So once I've warmed up my thumb, no matter how long it takes, whether it takes 2 minutes, whether it takes half an hour or whatever, what I'll also do as well is, if I'm really feeling frustrated before I do come over here, if I'm not getting the 3 perfects, what I'll do is I'll calibrate the swing, and then I'll go again. And if I'm really still not getting to grips with my swing that particular time, what I'll do, as you know, I play on master swing unless I'm playing in a society that is locked to pro swing. So what I'll do is I'll calibrate on master, but if I'm still not feeling it, what I'll do is I'll bump the difficulty up to legend and calibrate again, and then drop it back down to master. And what that can actually do is that can actually, because with legend you've got an even smaller window for the perfect zone on your drives or any shot, it should make it a little bit easier down on the master. And the same if you play on pro, calibrate on the master, drop back down to pro. If you play on pro am, bump it up to pro, calibrate on there, and so on. And hopefully that can help you out a little bit. But what I do when I come onto the green, I am no way concerned about getting putts in. What I want to do is, now this is always going to be a 144 speed green, as you can see up in the top right, no matter what. Unless you do it from practice through selecting a course, I have to actually still test that. I'm not sure. I think that still works, where it changes to the default green speed of that course. But all that I want to do in here is I line up my putts. So this is a little bit breaking both ways. All I want to do is just get a feel for the weight. So because I use the counting method as well. Now what I have also done is I turned it off for a while, but because I wasn't really using partial shots. But partial shots have come back into my game because my game was starting to slip without them. So I have actually turned back on the haptic feedback. So what I'm doing now is, because I use the count method as well from TGC 2019 in combination with the feedback, I just want to basically warm up that, and obviously I can adjust the pace dependent on, once I've warmed it up I can adjust the pace dependent on the green speed. So we've got 144 speeds here. It's 62 feet to the pin, up 1 inch, and the marker has defaulted itself to 64 feet, so I'm not going to adjust that distance at all. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to hope that I start feeling the vibration once I hit a 5, and as soon as I hit 5 and the vibration, I'll push forward. So I'll do a test swing first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the swing. Looks like I was just a little bit too quick on that. Now I won't turn on mulligans, because I like to actually take them from different distances. And when I'm putting, I literally barely just move the stick, just to the point. I hate it when it puts me here. I'm just going to get this one out of the way real quick. So I was at 87. So when it's like this, I'll do a 6 count. So what we just did there a moment ago, where as soon as I hit 5 and I got the vibration, I pushed forward to be striking the ball on 6. Once it gets past 60, 70 feet, it doesn't matter. You don't need to go past that. So we'll just do a 5 count on this again and hit on 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit the ball. I think I just slightly overhit it that time. It's very, very subtle, the vibration on master swing, but not bad. Didn't go too far past. But what was I saying? I lost my train of thought there because of that. What was I saying? The different distances, yeah, and then how much I pull back on the putter. I'm literally barely moving the stick, just right to where I start feeling that little bit of resistance from the stick, from the spring in the stick, just enough to initiate the animation of the backswing, and I just hold there. And now I do have a little bit of a bad habit lately, where when I'm pushing forward I tend to do more of a flick and let my thumb carry on forward as if I'm taking a normal swing with any other club. But otherwise what I'll do is, for short puts like this, it's a little vibration. I don't know if you heard that there, I actually did do the little flick there. But otherwise when I'm pushing forward, if I don't do the flick, I'm only pushing forward just barely past centre. So just like that. Just barely. I don't know why I'm saying just like that, you can't actually see, but you get what I mean. Like if I pull the stick back only, like, we just say for example 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters, I'm only pushing forward past centre that same amount. So I'm trying to remember what it was called. I think it was called like the 1 inch putt. And what you'd notice, we'll just mess around, just take a few shots. What you'd notice in the feedback, see the way it's a full line now, it goes from top to bottom on the swing plane. In TGC 2019, what it would do, excuse me, is, even though, see if I can get an example of it here, because usually you do, I'll just literally just barely tap the ball. See if I can get just the slightest example of it now. It's going full length, but in TGC 2019, it would barely just come down past centre and then go back past centre. Just the centre area of the swing line is what it would feel. So it was just kind of getting dubbed as like the 1 inch putt or something like that, or the 1 inch putt line. But pretty much this is what I'll do. Now I don't really have a set amount of time or a set goal for this. It's just basically once I feel comfortable. So like if it pulls back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Apparently I got the weight right on that one now, so it's not going to get anywhere near the hole, well, to the point where it'll drop in, but just went about 6-7 feet past the hole, off to the right, and left us with 9 feet, so just one push forward. There we go, we're in the white. I should have actually turned on the power bar for this one. But pretty much, yeah, with the putting, as I say, I don't have a set amount of time. It's just I'll go for a few minutes just to, as I say, just from varying distances, whatever the game throws me at. So say this one now would be looking like it'd be breaking about here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push forward. We're in the white. It was 45 feet was what the marker was at. So therefore I'll give it, that's a very nice putt. I'll give it more of a 5 count. Just kind of go in between the 4 and the 5. So on the 4 I'll start to push forward. And that's what I do once I feel comfortable. So again, this is what, 144 feet. 144 is the speed. So I mean, we're pretty much going to want to be doing a full backswing here. We'll just smash it up there. But yeah, that's what I'll do once I start feeling comfortable. This, like, I mean, again, this could only take me 60 minutes to put. I'm usually no more than 5 minutes here on the putting green. The main one that I like to do, as I say, is on the driving range with the driver, getting those 3 perfect downswings in a row. If I'm feeling a bit off with a shot, maybe what I might do, I'll just do it really quickly. Right, so if I'm really feeling a bit off with some shots, what I'll do is I'll come into the chip and practice, and I'll just press circle on PS4 anyway. So that'd be B on Xbox, and on PC if you're using a controller as well. Don't know what the keyboard and mouse bindings are, but just to get into the overhead, and I'll just zoom up, and where are we? Here's the fairway for the driving range, and I'll literally just place myself anywhere there. So I'll just say, for example, right, we're going for this pin, 173, okay. Now what I will do here then is I will turn auto mulligan on, just so that then I can keep on taking this shot. So 173, 176, call it 168. Right, we'll pull that back to an 8 iron and just send that in a little bit fast. Now tempo can be slightly different depending on shots, in particular as well, especially when you get to the likes of the pitch shots, the flop shots and stuff. So it doesn't hurt to maybe warm those up as well if you do feel that you need to. But as I say, the main one that I do every single time that I come onto the game is I will warm up. As you can see, like, I mean, well, see if we can get a third one now. I think that should be 2. But is just, as I say, getting those 3 perfect downswings with the driver. And then just, there we go, there's 3 perfect. So I mean, just doing those few swings on the driving range with the driver. And we got 1 fast so far here with the 8 iron. Alright, make that 2. So we got 3 perfects, 2 fasts. We'll take 1 more shot. And, well, something disturbed him. One of the cats beside me has just decided to launch himself off the couch. But there we go, 4 out of 6 shots there with the 8 iron, all perfect. Pretty decent swing line as well. As I say, that's literally just from getting 3 perfect downswings. I didn't even calibrate here, it's all in this. So I mean, I think I'm good for calibrating for a while. Hopefully you don't really have to do it all that regular. If I do change club difficulty, so like if I change the colour grade of clubs, I use the gold tier now at the moment. If I was to jump into purple, I'd certainly recalibrate, because there is a little bit more of a or a little bit less of a margin for error on those clubs. If I was to drop down a colour grade to slightly easier, much more forgiving clubs, then I wouldn't. But if I am going up in the difficulty, I will definitely calibrate, even if I was to do that every single day, swapping around the clubs. But otherwise, say maybe once every 2-3 days, maybe even a week or something like that, I might just calibrate just to make sure that I am still 100% calibrated and all that. But otherwise, I say 3 perfect downswings with the driver. As soon as I get those, no matter how long it takes, if I get 2, restart. Get 1, restart. Once I get to 3, I'll move on over to the putting green. I'll just mess around there for a few minutes, and if I do feel I need to, we'll just come over here to the fairway and just hit a few shots in. There's a red fast. That was just an example. Like, yeah, I'll just do this for a few minutes, then just warm up with varying distances, really quickly as well. Because what you can do if you do want to practice different shots is, it should still work. Actually, I haven't done it for a while, but just say we wanted to do a little flop shot into the green. Just come down here onto the cart path, and as you can see, it might as well be up in the top right. You can see 99% to 99 or 97% to 99% shot power here, or the outcome for the shot power that we should get. That's what I'm trying to say, something like that. Anyway, so you can just practice your pitch shots. It's almost the equivalent of being on the fairway. Again, we got a bit of a red fast there. Just take shot after shot. As I say, it might as well be fairway. But if you do have your own little private practice facility, no matter how awful looking it is, once it meets your needs, you can practice in any conditions as well. Because unfortunately, in here you are at the mercy of what the game throws at you for the wind. So you can just do that. Just practice whatever shot. If it's a splash shot, if it's a chip shot, even maybe like greenside. Around the green fringe, the light rough, even if band of fairway or whatever, you can practice away as much as you want, whatever you want to warm up before getting started. But again, as I say, just to wrap it up, my two main ones are just getting those 3 perfect down swings with the driver, warming up the putt and swing, and getting the count in what's the word, lined up with the vibration and the haptic feedback on the controller. So that is my warm-up drill that I do every single time I get on the game, regardless of whether I'm on fire or having the worst time of my life in a major slump in the game. I will always just do the exact same routine. As I said at the start of the video, nothing is absolutely guaranteed. No putting method is guaranteed, no calculations are guaranteed, no warm-up method is guaranteed. None of them are guaranteed to give you a perfect round. At the end of the day, it is what it is. If you're going to shoot well, you're going to shoot well. If you're going to have a bad time, you're going to have a bad time. But that's what I do personally myself. If you managed to make it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope maybe you found it useful. And if you did, make sure to drop it a like. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit subscribe. I shall talk to you all in the next video. Until then, take care, have yourselves a good one, and bye for now.